A lawmaker is asking the lower house's Secretary General to lift the ban on clothes with political statements. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s first State of the Nation address. The Octa Research Group reports that COVID-19 positivity rate in Metro Manila is going up again. And the Parade of Beauties returns in Araneta City with this year's candidates of Binibining Pilipinas. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your weekend. I'm Riza Diaz. One lawmaker is urging the House of Representatives Secretary General to lift the ban on clothes with political statements for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s SONA tomorrow. In a letter, ACT Teachers Representative Franz Castro called on House Secretary General Mark Alejandro Mendoza to lift the dress code he imposed for tomorrow's SONA. Recall that the Secretary General has laid down a rule barring the wearing of clothes with political messages for Marcos Jr.'s first State of the Nation address. Castro maintained this rule has no precedent in recent history, and he added that it only violates the freedom of the people. Meanwhile, Octa Research says the Health Department has reported over 3,600 new COVID-19 infections, above their forecasted 3,000 cases. As of Friday, the department has reported 14 new deaths and over 2,300 recoveries. Active cases now stand at more than 25,700. In NCR, Quezon City still has the most new cases reported at 274. Next are Manila and Makati with 159 and 150 new cases respectively, followed by Taguig with 121 cases and Parañaque with 114. The rest are flashed on your screens. Meanwhile, NCR has the most number of new cases with over 1,300 new infections. Far behind is Cavite with 362 cases, followed by Laguna with 217, Rizal with 177, and Iloilo with 144 new COVID-19 cases. Now we'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Some people are asking the COMELEC to extend voter registration for the 2022 barangay and SK elections. Faith Del Mundo tells us why in this report.
The COMELEC officially closed the voter registration for the 2022 barangay and SK elections on Saturday. Prior to that, an influx of last-minute registrants lined up outside COMELEC offices. At the COMELEC branch in the 2nd District of Manila, registrants like Christine queued as early as 2 in the morning. She was able to register after 12 hours of waiting.
This is our third day na po ng paghihintay dito kasi lagi po kami nakakato. Para po ma-register na po ako as a voter. Tsaka po, this is also a requirement po kasi para sa college po. Sa process po doon, mabilis lang po. Pero sa paghihintay po, mahirap kasi lagi po nakakat off.
But others are not as lucky as Christine. Another registrant, Andre, still did not make it even after 4 days of trying.
Napapagod din po pero sayang naman po ko rin yung etong election na darating na election kung hindi po ako makapag-vote.
With this, some individuals are asking the COMELEC to extend the registration period. As of July 22, the COMELEC reports that there are now over 2.5 million new registrants. This is more than 1 million from their initial target. Of this figure, around 1.6 million are 15 to 17 years old, while some 840,000 are in the 18 to 30 age group. Over 3.4 million applications were also processed as of July 4. These include transfers of voter registration and transfers from overseas to local reactivation. The COMELEC stressed that its preparations for the barangay and SK elections will continue as no law has been passed yet for its postponement. The local polls are scheduled to take place on December 5. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
40 Binibining Pilipinas candidates paraded around Araneta City on Saturday for their last pre-pageant activity. Wearing Daya Ali swimsuits and flowery headdresses, the candidates paraded around in sports cars. They waved to onlookers wearing their most winning smiles. Now after this, the candidates will be preparing for their big night, which is the pageant's coronation night at the Araneta Coliseum on July 31. Now here are the stories to watch out for later today. The bill seeking to regulate the use of vapes is set to lapse into law today if President Bongbong Marcos will not act on the proposed measure. Olympic pole vaulter E.J. Obiena is set to compete in the finals of the World Athletics Championship in Oregon. And PBA action continues at the Big Dome. It's Magnolia versus NLEX at 4:30 p.m. while Ginebra will square off with Meralco at 6:30. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.